Good morning. Welcome to your weekly stretch class with me, Nico. Today, you'll need a strap, maybe a blanket to sit on. I don't think you'll need a block, but you can always have them nearby just in case you do at some point need them. We're going to work a little bit of full body stretch today, uh, starting off with the upper body and then working our way down to the lower body later on in the class. If you have any injuries, um, this isn't necessarily meant to fix them. This is more just to feel uh, opened and loosened up. Maybe it'll help decrease some back pain or a little bit of shoulder pain. But there's more to it just than stretching. So if you are experiencing pain or a chronic discomfort in any areas of your body, please feel free to reach out to us and we can help direct you in the right direction. All right, let's give you a moment to get a strap if you need it. I'm gonna grab one for myself. All right, let's start off with a couple of easy sun salutation A's to get the body moving a little bit. So let's start at the top of the mat. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Try to find your biceps by your ears, shoulders down, away from your ears. Work our way down, trying to find your lower rib cage, engaging downward toward the front of your hips. And in turn, that'll bring your tailbone a little bit lower toward the heels. You should find a long spine here. Activate the front of your thighs to lift your kneecaps and bring your inner arch up, and then bring your outer ankle up and in, engaging the foot. Let's grab left wrist with right hand, hinge over to the right, open up through your side body a bit here. Maybe you gaze up toward the ceiling. Inhale back to center. Exhale, switch the grip. Hinge over to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, we'll dive forward. Maybe you bend the knees. I took my yoga fit class yesterday. My hamstrings are a little sore, so I wonder if yours are too. Relax your neck. Let's grab your elbows. Let the body get longer. Sorry, excuse my raspiness. Let's plant the hands and we'll step back. Knees on the ground, tabletop. Do a few cat and cows here. Lengthen the tailbone down toward the knees and around your spine for your cat. Start to drop your heart, bring your shoulder blades together, lift the tailbone, gentle gaze upwards. Exhale, cat. Inhale through neutral to find your cow all the way, gazing upward. Go one more time. Exhale for a cat, round. Inhale all the way through neutral for a cow. Find your neutral position. We'll push your hips up and back to downward dog just for a moment. Pedal out the feet. Come back onto your knees. Push back for a child's pose. Lengthen your arms out overhead, big toes to touch, knees open wide. Let's reach the left hand out to the corner of the mat to the right. So side bending here in your child's pose. Keep your left hip down. Or we tried to keep the left hip down. Inhale to center. And then exhale, right hand toward the left corner of your mat. Right hip down, right shoulder away from the ears. Inhale to center. Let's thread the needle here. So we'll take your left arm, cross it over to the right side of your body. Reach the right hand out. Start to twist toward your left, lengthening the left shoulder. Maybe you gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale to release. Hands out in front. We'll take the right arm, thread it across the left side of your body. Starting to twist to your right and gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Let's take a seat on your bum. Maybe you want to sit on the towel. We'll get a few neck stretches here. Shoulder stretches, bit of upper body. Relax the shoulders, wiggle them out a little bit. Shrug up, release down. Shrug up, release down. All right, let's take your right hand, grabbing just above the left ear. We're going right ear to right shoulder. Left hand behind the back to keep the shoulder down. Just a little gentle pull of the neck or the head, not a lot. Just a little bit more than you would do on your own without the hand. Trying to feel a nice stretch on the outside of the left side of your neck. Inhale to center. Same thing other side. Let's go right arm behind the back. Grab just above your right ear with your left hand. Left ear toward left shoulder. Do it without the hand first. And then have your hand maybe help a little bit more. Inhale to center and release. We'll go back to the left side. Left arm behind your back. We're going to pull on the back left corner of your head. Try to smell your armpit type of direction. We're going diagonal. So gaze towards your armpit. Grab the back left corner of your head with your hand. And we gently pull. Feel a nice stretch in the back side of your neck. Inhale to center and release. Same thing, other side. Right arm comes behind the back. Left hand sets up on the outside corner or the back right corner of your head. Gaze towards your left armpit area. And we'll pull gently. Sorry. Inhale and gently release. Wiggle out the shoulders a little bit here. Going for the front of the neck. Left arm behind your back. Now we're going to pull on the front left corner of your head, looking up toward the corner of where the ceiling and the wall meet. Trying to feel it in the front corner or the front quarter of your neck. If you're feeling any crunching or compression pain on the back of your neck, release the stretch. Do some shoulder shrugs. Release that stretch. The right arm behind the back. Left hand gently will start to pull on the front quarter of the right side of your head. Gazing up to where your ceiling meets the wall. Inhale to release. Do some shoulder rolls here. Get some movement back into your neck muscles. Shrugs are good. Inhale, strong shrug. Exhale, release. A couple more of those. Inhale, strong shrug. Exhale, release. One more time. Release. Let's go cross body shoulder. So right arm, cross your body. Left arm, hugs it in a little bit more. Shoulder away from the ear. If you know eagle, we can go eagle on this one too. You're going to bring your right hand up. Left hand will wrap around to try to high five the right arm. Think of a double helix or that snake wrapping around the medical symbol. We're wrapping around like a snake slithering up a tree. Exhale, release. Left shoulder, cross your body. Right arm hugs it in by the tricep. Left arm bends. Right arm starts to intertwine into the left wrist. And then a little high five. Shoulders down and away. Exhale to release. It's just a standing cat and cows. All right, we'll push the hands out, rounding your spine, tailbone tucking a little bit under you. Inhale, elbows back, heart lifts. Exhale, push and round. Inhale, elbows back, lift. One more time. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, elbows back, open your heart, broaden your collarbones, maybe you gaze up. And exhale, release. All right, we're going to come on to the ground. Maybe one little pillow of some kind to the side of your head. You got sleep or stretch. All right, just like you're going to sleep. Set yourself up, stacking hips on top of one another, shoulders on top of one another. Plug in your shoulder back so it's really stuck underneath you. It shouldn't be able to creep up towards your ear. Relax your head. Left arm is when I'm stretching. It's at 90 degrees at the elbow. We'll take my right hand, press down on the top of the left wrist. Don't let the shoulder creep up. Keep it locked down. Pressing the palm downward, downward as low as you can get it without your shoulder coming up much. Try to low five the ground. Feel a nice pulling stretch on the top outside of the left shoulder. Inhale to release. We'll do that in a couple more angles. Raise the elbow a little bit higher than even with the shoulder. Plug your shoulder back down. Keep your elbow at 90 degrees. Same thing. Press down. Internally rotating your shoulder. Stretching a couple of your rotator cuff muscles here. Apply a little bit more overpressure now that you've been in it for a little while. Inhale to release. We'll go one more, so a little bit lower than shoulder height with your elbow. You might have to open up the elbow a little bit, just in case it starts to hit your body. The same thing, either at 90 degrees or slightly more open. Press on the top of the left wrist, internal rotation. Inhale to release. Same thing, other side. So switch your position. Plug in the shoulder. Stack the shoulders, stack the hips on top of one another. Elbow at 90 degrees and even with the shoulders for the first one. Press down into the top of the right wrist with your left hand to internally rotate right shoulder. Inhale, release. Make the elbow a little bit higher than the shoulder. Plug it back in your shoulder. Same thing. Press down, rotate. Don't let the shoulder pop up toward the ear much. Inhale to release. Go a little bit lower now. Elbow a little bit lower than the shoulder. Plug the shoulder back in. Stack shoulders and hips on top of one another. Make sure you're doing that. Press the palm down, internally rotating. Inhale to release. Let's find a child's pose just to kind of reset both sides. Roll yourself forward. We'll come up to stand. But before we do so, why don't you take a forward fold on the way up? Let the head let the head relax, lengthening your neck. Bend the knees to help you rise. All right, we'll find a wall, any wall. I got a few stretches that we'll do here to help open up the shoulders a bit more. The first one, we'll go wall dog, wall dog. Hands about shoulder height. Start to walk your feet back. And then dropping your heart, trying to get your biceps behind your ears. Lengthen your tailbone down to keep a long spine. And then bring your shoulder blades together a bit to help the heart come through. Feel a nice opening under your arms. We'll hold here for a little while, let gravity do its thing, pulling you down. Maybe getting the biceps a little more back. Inhale, gently roll up. We'll get chest stretch for the wall. I like to use like the edge, the side of something, or some crown molding, whatever, on the side of the door, right? That'll help to give you a little something to hold on to so you can really open, stretch away with your pecs, right? So I'll come over here. I'm gonna have my elbow on the inside of the corner. Left arm comes around the back. Start to twist away from the wall. Elbow is at 90 degrees. You can also play with it. You can go more straight with your arm. You can go a little more bent, but keeping the elbow about shoulder height or higher. Feel a nice stretch in the front of your chest, shoulder area. Let's switch sides. come over to this. So now your right arm is behind the back, left arm is on the corner of something, elbow higher or about even with your shoulder. Start to twist away, gazing over the other shoulder. You can explore this stretch a little bit, playing with your arm position, right? Either at 90 degrees at your elbow or straightening it a little bit more to turn it into that kind of Y position. And exhale, release. Wiggle it off a little bit. Side bends on the wall. So if you do have something to hold on to, it's always a nice thing to use for these side bends, right? Or at least have something to go towards. I'm going to stretch the right side first. So right foot comes behind the left heel. We'll inhale, open. Right arm overhead. Place the right arm on the wall. And then push your hips out. Your left hand is kind of like your safety. It'll help to push a little bit. Right hips out. Maybe you gaze up toward the ceiling a little bit, rotating the chest up. Might feel a little different sensation. You can explore this one, closing the chest, or even we're opening. Trying to make yourself as much of a crescent as possible. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Same thing other side. Side bend. Left foot behind the right. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm overhead. Push left hips out as you lengthen the left arm. Play with your positioning. Either close the chest, you can feel it a little more toward your low back. Or if you open the chest, you'll feel it a little more in your psoas or hip flexors. Inhale up, exhale, release. Wiggle it off a little bit. Do a few arm circles here. Get some movement back in. Open it up. Open it up. And we'll do some close. Swim. Brush stroke. Is this the brush stroke? It's a freestyle. I don't know. Give yourself little quick hugs. And release that. Just come down to the ground. Probably need your strap at some point in the near future, so keep that nearby. Lay on your back, legs long. Taking the right knee to the chest. Get a little movement in the hips here. Right leg down, left knee into the chest. Left leg down. Take a figure four. Bring both knees up. Right ankle on your left knee. Thread the needle. Be pretty gentle here since we don't really do too much leg action today. Trying to keep your low back on the ground, your sacrum plugged down as you pull the shin or from behind the hamstring in a little bit more. Relax your shoulders. Place the left foot down. Release the right leg off the knee. We'll switch it up. Left ankle on top of right knee. Thread the needle. Grabbing on the front of the shin or the back of the thigh. Relax your head, relax your shoulders. Low back stays down as you bring the leg a little bit closer to your chest, if possible. Have an active ankle here just to give your knee some protection. And exhale to release the feet. Let's have your arms out like a T. We'll do some twists. Shift onto the left hip. Knees come out to your left side. Reach your left hand a little bit further out to help your right shoulder blade come down easier. Inhale to center. We'll shift onto the right hip. Knees fall to the right. Reach your right arm out to have the left shoulder blade a little closer to the floor. Inhale to the center. Give yourself a double knee hug. Low back stays down. Do a Baddha Konasana. Let's go heels together, soles of the feet together. Relax the knees to open wide. Breathe. Feel your body relaxing. Knees into the center. We'll grab your strap. Place the strap around the ball of your right foot. If you're feeling extra open right now, you don't have to use the strap. It just helps. Left leg is long. Right leg is up. The knee is extended. Have the right toes flexing toward the knee. We'll start to square off the hips here. So what that means, try to bring your right hip lower down toward the left heel and the left hip up a little bit higher toward your face. That should even out the hip height. Might feel a nicer stretch here. Keep the shoulders relaxed down. Inhale, open, leg to the right. Try to keep your left hip down as much as you can. Inhale, center. We'll switch it up. Grab the strap with your left hand. We're not going to go fully across your body. You're just going to go as much as you can with keeping the right hip down. So right hip stays down. Should feel a nice stretch on the outside of the right thigh. Inhale to center. Bend in the knee and release. Think like a half happy baby here. You can either peace finger bind on the big toe or grab the outside of the foot. Try to drive the knee in towards the ground with the knee at 90 degrees. And exhale, release. That leg should feel a little bit longer than the other one. Same start. Place the strap around the ball of the foot, left foot. Flex the knees toward the chest. Grab the strap, shoulders relaxed. We'll try to hike up the right hip and hike down the left hip to square them off. All right, now let's open the leg toward the left. Try to keep your right hip down as you do so. Inhale back to center. Switch the grip, so grab the strap with your right hand. Starting to cross over your body, keeping the left hip glued down as best as you can. Inhale, center. Bend the knee. Release the strap. Grab the outside of the foot or peace finger behind big toe for happy baby. Drive the knee down into the mat. Exhale, leg to the floor. Take another twist. This time we'll start off like the pigeon. So left ankle on top of right knee. Start to pivot off of the inside of the right ankle, shifting onto your left hip. Now you can start to creep up the left leg a little higher on your thigh to help push down, but not too much. If you start to feel any discomfort on the inside of the right knee, release this and take the regular twist. Inhale to center. Right shin or ankle on top of left thigh. Start to pivot on the inside of your left foot. Then you can slide your leg a little higher up on the thigh, getting more onto your right hip. You feel a nice stretch on the outside of the thigh toward the low back. Inhale to center. Give yourself another hug. Let's shift onto your side and take a seat. We'll do Baddha Konasana, seated, or butterfly or diamond. You can prop yourself up on a blanket, and that might help your hip height to get a little deeper into the stretch. So, heels together, soles of your feet together. We'll start to open up the feet like a book. Maybe you push a little into the shins with your elbows as you try to open the feet like a book. Hinge forward at the hips. Trying to open up the legs as much as we can here as you hinge forward. Keep trying to get a little more. Shoulders back, don't round too much in your spine. Try to find a long spine. Inhales, lengthen the crown of your head forward. Exhales, you find a forward fold. Inhale, gently release, come up. Slide the feet out a little further, more like this diamond position. Same thing, soles of the feet together. Inhale, lengthen your head forward. Exhale, you find a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Keep doing that for as long as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And inhale to rise up and release. Swivel off. The legs long. You can still sit on your towel. Yeah, why not? That'll help the forward fold. So we're trying to find tailbone lengthening back a little bit here to find less rounding in your low back as we have our fold. If you have your strap, you can always use that to help with our long spine as you come forward, right? Otherwise, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale with a long spine. Inhale, lengthen, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Trying to keep your back flat as possible. Hamstring stretch, Paschimottanasana. Lead with your sternum here. Broaden your collarbones. Tailbone lifts a bit. Inhale, rise. Okay, move the blanket if you sat on that. Exhale your way down to your back. Take another twist. Knees, shoulder, elbow, hip height. Exhale, knees to your left. Inhale to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale, center. We'll take a hug. Happy baby. However you choose, grab on the outside of your feet or the piece in your bind. Drive the knees down into the mat as your tailbone stays pressed downward onto the mat. You can straighten the legs, one leg or the other, both. Super happy baby. Bend the knees back in for happy baby. Give yourself a hug. And we'll exhale, loosen to your Shavasana. Feet open wide like a book. Shoulders underneath you, palms facing up. Relax. Let your body melt into the mat. Bring some movements back into your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch it out. You just got up from a nap. Shift onto your side. Press yourself up to a seat. Well, we stretched the body, the front, the backs, shoulders, the legs. Hope you feel better than you did when you started with whatever you're trying to achieve from today. Thank you for joining. I'll see you next week, and we'll see you in any one of our other classes on cloudstudios.com/feelgoodyoga. You are amazing. Remember that. Have a beautiful day. Peace.